Today is battle time. Who's battling? I'll tell you who's battling. It's Ultra Rib versus TCM LOK.
And it's not going to be a battle because I'm going to win.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Now listen, you're watching Growing Your Business with Metal. I'm Scott.
And I'm Brian.
And we're going to get to battling Ultra Rib versus TCM LOK. We're just going to have it out, man. So I'm Ultra Rib, right? So this is the deal. Ultra Rib out of the gate. Check it out. We've got 3-foot coverage. What do you got?
I got 16-inch coverage.
I think 36 inches is more significant coverage than 16 inches.
At the end of the day, it's still going to get there.
Yeah, but it's going to take more labor to install.
Yeah, but it's an art to install.
Well, check it out. On mine, you have the aesthetic of seeing all the fasteners up there. It looks cool.
Mine, you have the pleasure of concealing those fasteners where you don't see them.
The pleasure of concealing. Why not just show it?
Not everybody wants to see the screws, Scott.
So listen, you got 36-inch coverage versus 16. Clearly, the 36-inch coverage panel is going to install more quickly than the 16-inch panel. Am I right?
I mean, if you want to be technical,
He concedes.
maybe.
Let me throw you a bone. While I have speed of install, you have choice of substrates.
You can get my roof in 24 gauge steel, 26 gauge steel, or 032 aluminum and 040 aluminum.
I'm faster, but you got 4 substrates. I've got 29 gauge steel and 26 gauge steel. Okay. All right.
Your panel can't be put on that beautiful roof that's oceanfront.
No, yeah, not because it's within 1,500 feet of saltwater atmosphere.
That's right.
So you have to go coastal. All right, so my panel, we've got a beautiful, attractive rib, 3/4 inch rib, and the very defined, smaller, minor ribs that just have this fantastic aesthetic that you can see pulling up in your driveway.
Well, the TCM LOK comes in a 1-inch rib or a 1.5-inch rib.
Oh, go on with your 1.5-inch rib.
All right. And you can even get an 1.75-inch rib.
But not.
And let's not even talk about the 2-inch rib that's available as well.
Now, you just went off the reservation. You're going to other panels that are standing seam like the TCM LOK, but I got you.
You might have a wider panel. I have a taller rib.
Okay, I got wider, you got taller, whatever. All right. So at the end of the day, I think it's safe to say that from a labor perspective, although we're the manufacturer, not the installer, from a labor perspective, you're going to probably have less labor involved in a exposed fastener Ultra Rib versus the TCM LOK, which is in your wheelhouse.
There would be a little less labor in the Ultra Rib. With the TCM LOK, you do have a bit more trim work to do to really conceal every fastener on that panel. You're right.
So the good news is, though, aside from the topic of the saltwater environments where you're 1,500 feet to brackish water or right there on the beach, we do have Florida PROC approvals for Ultra Rib that are going to cover all scenarios, including high velocity hurricane zone. What you got?
Well, we got the high velocity hurricane zone as well. That's not a problem. The 24 gauge standing seam can even be installed in Miami. What you got now?
Well, hey, this is the thing. Ultra Rib, lots of good points. TCM LOK, I hate to admit it, lots of good points. It's all going to come down to personal preference and what you want on your house. The bottom line is, at Tri-County Metals, we have the profile that's going to fit you and what you need. The most 2 popular we do have are Ultra Rib and TCM LOK, but we have other panels as well. We have the whole realm of exposed fastener, which also includes the classic Key West look in 5E, or the more commercial agricultural PBR panel, also called the R panel. What you got?
On the standing seam side, we have what's called the nail strip panel. So that's got the slots on the side of the panel that are screwed into your decking and then get concealed with the next panel that snaps over top of it. Then we also have our SL LOK panel, which is a clip system panel. That gets a nice clip mounted to the decking, panel snaps right into it, and then your next panel conceals that clip as well. And let's not even talk about the mechanically seamed option.
The
Mechanically seamed, do you have a cool robot machine that'll run up the rib of your panel to seal that thing tight? It ain't coming off, Scott.
True. All right, so let's just recap. On Ultra Rib, we got the coverage. We got the fasteners you can see, which is kind of a cool aesthetic. At least some people think. I think so.
In your opinion.
That's what's on my house is Ultra Rib. And then also you've got the variety of colors, the Florida Proc approval, all these things combined, and less expensive labor cost to install.
I can't knock you on the ease of installation and the budget friendliness of the Ultra Rib panel, but the concealed fasteners on my panel is a completely maintenance-free situation.
All right, there you have it, folks. The rest is in your hands to decide which panel is best for you. You can check out all the details on our website. Every panel we mentioned has its own dedicated page where you can read all about it. If you have any questions beyond what we've talked about, reach out to us. We're metal roofing experts. And at Tri-County Metals, what's our slogan, Brian?
Make your next roof your last.
See you next time.